Hey you guys, it's Victoria. So in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you how to pronounce a really commonly mispronounced word, and that word is entrepreneur. Or wait, is it entrepreneur? We're going to find out. So this is a word that I was asked about in one of the comments of my videos recently, and it's also a word that I get asked about very, very frequently in my practice. So I thought it'd be a really good word for us to go over today. So I think that the reason why this word causes so much confusion is because it's not phonetic and it can be pronounced in more than one way. So you're hearing different things and your brain isn't sure which is the correct way. So we're going to clarify all of that today. So the word is 4 syllables, and we're going to go over both of the possible pronunciations. So the first possible pronunciation is to say entrepreneur, entrepreneur. And the second possible pronunciation is to say entrepreneur, entrepreneur. So you'll notice that in both possible varieties, the final syllable is what's going to be different. And you'll also notice that it's that final syllable that's receiving the primary stress. So the first syllable is on. And this is a place where I really commonly hear a misarticulation. I usually hear N. And that makes sense, right? Because the word is spelt E-N, and it's really rare in English that the letters E-N make the sound on. Usually the letters E-N make the sound N, as in end or enter, and they often make the sound N, so schwa-en, as in the word entire. So I think a part of the reason for this is because the word is borrowed from French, so even though English isn't the most phonetic language anyway, in this case, something totally different is going on. So our next syllable is tra. Another trick, right? Another kind of non-phonetic trick, because TR we would naturally think would make the sound tr. So a T followed by a R. However, it's extremely common in North American English that the letters TR, when they're combined side by side, actually undergo a process called assimilation, which means that they're going to be produced closer together in terms of the place of articulation, just to make it easier to physically say. And native speakers do this without even thinking about it. So typically, T is produced at the alveolar ridge and R is further back in our mouth. So what we're going to do to say tra is going to be to make the T at the palate. So as you can hear, it doesn't sound like tra. Because I've moved the T back onto my palate, it sounds more like a CH sound, like in chips. So we have tra. The vowel in tra is what? It is a schwa. So far we have on, tra. The next syllable is pra. So nothing too fancy here, an aspirated P followed by a R followed by another schwa. Then that final syllable, the winning syllable, is where we can have two variants. So the first variant is just to say ner. So that's two sounds, that's N followed by the vowel which is of course an R-colored vowel in which the back of your tongue raises up and fills out the whole kind of chamber of your palate. The other variant is also an R-colored vowel, but it's even more complex because the other variant is nur. So the same N, but then instead of just you can say ur. So those are our 4 syllables: entrepreneur or entrepreneur. Again, final syllable is stressed, so it's either entrepreneur or entrepreneur. Before filming this video, I was of course thinking to myself, what do I tend to say more, entrepreneur or entrepreneur? And I kind of got into my own head, and the result was that I'm not entirely sure. I think maybe I say both, but to be honest, both entrepreneur and entrepreneur sound so normal and natural to me that I couldn't tell you with 100% certainty which one of those I use on a regular basis. So that is all for today's video, you guys. I hope you found it helpful, and I did want to let you know that I am planning a video really soon with more words that you guys have told me you have trouble with. So I have a going list. However, if there are words that you haven't recently mentioned in the comments that cause you grief, then please let me know again in today's video in the comments which words you'd like me to explain for you, and I'm going to do that in some upcoming videos for you. So that's all for now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.